Fuck that. Peak fighting August 9th. Catch your boy. Lubbock, Texas. Finna be knocking Mateo Midget Mouse Gonzalez block off. Then right after that in October, we're following up with Peak again. Knocking out Eric, CTE, Mercado as well. So, I mean, y'all tune in. First round for this guy, 2 round for this guy. I'm sorry. You guys be there. I'm sorry it's going to be a short night. I ain't gonna see too much of the King Killer. If he's not a bitch, he'll take it. But I don't know if he'll take the fight or not. You know, even when Mateo's like, I respond, he responds back. You know, it's chess. I was like, you don't have a response, and you're still watching me. That's shitty chess. Mateo is a dog, so I'm excited for this fight. Like I see his fights and his knockouts and stuff, and so I'm just like, fuck, that's gonna be a good fight. I think there'll be people trying to stream it. Y'all think so, sons? He has CTE. He can't talk, and he only fights midgets, and I'm a little taller. After I beat his boy, and I know he's gonna be sad. Oh my, he's gonna be depressed right now. They're probably doing fucking voodoo dances around the fucking campfire, hoping I fucking lose this fight. Much love, but I gotta kill you. Sacrificial lamb type shit. This son right here with Midget Mouse, it's not personal. I love this son. He's well behaved. You know what I mean? A good son. But this son right here, I can say it's a little bit personal. The difference is, you know, and I've been quiet about this for a long time. Brakenden him, man, I feel like this is the most, definitely locally, like not even questionable, like one of the most successful podcasts, like shows ever. Like y'all cover fucking everything.
Bro, y'all ready?
Hey, bro, appreciate you.
Oh yeah,
coming through once
Appreciate you
again,
being here
bro.
about doing this again.
oh yeah. How y'all doing?
Hey, but it's great to see you.
Busy.
Great, bro.
See y'all too. What's up? How y'all been? Oh yeah. Before we get started, you know what I mean. Want to go ahead and say hi to my sons. I went ahead and brought them along with me because since they want to watch my every move, figured I would might as well just bring them so they can watch the whole damn podcast with us. So there's Mateo Midget Mouse Gonzalez and Eric CTE Mercado. He got CTE. So yeah, let's get this shit going. Man, I feel good. I feel amazing. This is honestly one of my best training camps. It's going to be at 135, so I've never had to make this weight cut, and it's been going smooth. Like it's been kind of going like oddly smooth for me. Like everything's coming off pretty well, and I think it's just because my trainings. I've been doing like more 3-a-days. Sometimes like during my training camps, I'll do 2-a-days and stuff, but this time I've really pushed with my own cardio and strength and conditioning. So like people will see me outside like flipping in the park and shit, like, you know, just extra rocky shit, you know what I mean? Like anything like that to help, and I feel like that's really been helping. Plus the fucking heat has been so intense in Amarillo. Dude, I step outside, I jog for like 2 minutes and I already cut 5 pounds. So I feel good, I feel confident, I feel ready for this fight. It's gonna be good for the local fight scene, you know what I mean? All the local fight fans, and it's gonna build up, I think, a good load of fights coming up in the future. So hell yeah, I'm ready, I'm excited. Yeah.
Bro, best bet, bro. We're excited for that fucking fight.
Yeah. And I mean, I think it's been a long time coming. I mean, originally hit me up. I did watch y'all's last interview with them, badass interview. You know what I mean? That was a cool podcast. I watched the last one, and he said like, I pulled out of a fight with them. Like last time I pulled out, bro, that fight wasn't even. There's no contract for it. Like there's nothing like. I know Jonathan might remember when I first hurt my knee. That's when I started boxing real heavy. Like fell in love with it because I couldn't do as much MMA. I injured my LCL in a kickboxing fight against Tatum McSpadden. Badass. Oh my. If y'all haven't watched that guy out of Oklahoma, Tatum McSpadden, holy shit. Ever since he switched over to straight kickboxing, like, good Lord. Even if you Google him right now, it's kind of cool. I seen they made a post. AI said it. If you ask who's the most exciting fighter in Oklahoma, that motherfucker will pull up. Yeah, he'll pull up at the top, dude. Dude had some solid leg kicks. Leg kicked me so hard, tore our LCL. So I mean, dude, nasty with it. So I was out for a good minute, but I didn't mind it. I should shake his hand because it got me into boxing. And then once I switched and started boxing a little bit more, I started to notice just like certain things that I was doing wrong on the feet in my fights and stuff that could really help me moving forward in the future. So I was basically out for those months. And so originally when they offered me the fight, I said no to everything. You know, he originally said he'd fight me at any weight class, you know, even though now he said it has to be at 135. But before, you know, when I was injured, it was like 145 is cool, anywhere is cool. But like I said, with the injury, I just wasn't. But of course, when I'm not injured, you know what I mean? And now I'm here, you know. So either way, the fight's going to happen now, and so I'm excited for it. And then after I fight him, after I beat him, and that's what kind of sucks. I do like the guy. I think he's a cool guy, but I'm just being realistic. Like I'm feeling so confident. I'm not really worried about this fight or him. So after I beat him, hopefully October Peak will be back in Amarillo, and so hopefully I'll get a match with this guy right here. They've been training together too, so I think that's what makes it cool. Like posting all the training videos of these guys. You know what I mean? Like. I see him post more pictures training with Eric than him training with his real coach. So, I mean, he'll figure out why I left that gym soon after I beat his ass. So, I'm excited. All that I love, I love Mateo, you know what I mean? Like, he's cool. Like I said, I love the podcast with him, him talk about the boxing, and he's all like, yo, dog, yo, dog, yeah, dog, nah, dog, you know what I mean? He seems like a chill guy, man. He seems like a guy I want to have a beer with. After I TKO him in the first 2 rounds. So that's my prediction. If I'm going to be honest, it's going to be a domination. Whatever I want to do. And that's just funny. Like I made a comment on an Instagram post. Someone said like, you're not going to do anything, but this in this fight. I'm like, I want to do whatever the fuck I want. Whatever I want to do in this fight. So that's how I'm feeling about it. I feel excited about this one. Hell yeah.
Let the best man win, bro. It's going to be an exciting fucking fight.
I am the best man, so I win.
So that's how you should feel, bro, going into a fight.
Yeah, you kind of have to. I mean, like, people always say, man, they're like, fighters, and I tell people all the time, I'm like, you got to be fucking crazy to a sense. Like, it really is. Like, it's not like a normal sport. You know what I mean? And so, like, you almost have to have some kind of, like, cockiness or arrogance and almost, like, insanity about yourself, like a delusion that you, like, even if I get hit with his best shot, it's not going to faze me. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what, I've been running, I've been doing this, I've been training, I've been hitting mitts and grappling. Like, it's almost like you have to put on that face no matter what. And I followed this boxing coach. I forgot his name. He's like a Filipino boxing coach, and he described it like a poker face. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And like he was like, you're gonna get hit. He's like, it's a fight. He's like, but sometimes it's just like that delusion and that poker face of like, I'm still gonna lock in. I'm still gonna show like I'm still in the fight. I gotta fire back off. And like, sometimes that's hard for people. You get hit one good time. Like, most of us sparred before, at least put on some gloves and like fought with our homies. You catch like a good shot to like the nose or something, and you're like, shit. You know what I mean? You're like, holy shit. You know what I mean? Like
body shot, bro.
Yeah, like
body shot. Humble the fuck out of anybody, bro.
They suck, man. Like the body, and that's just kind of weird. Like there's certain fights. Like I think of 2 fights where I'm like, damn. Like there's like body shots where like, because I think what sucks is like with the body shots, like you can't help it. You know what I mean? Like I can get hit in the face real good and be like, fuck. You know what I mean? And like hide it. Bro, body shot, like you just like feel like you're shitting your pants. Like your whole body you're just like, ugh! Like everything just goes black. You're like, what the fuck
just
even happened?
Down,
like,
bro.
Yeah, and then you get back up and you're just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like you're hesitant, like I'm just going like, dude, don't do that again. Like, please, for the love of God, don't hit me again in the body. Like,
I would have never thought you could black out from a body shot.
Yeah. I mean, like there's been like 2 fights. One was like I got hit by Cody Steele. He with a good body shot, and I like blacked out for like half a second. I was like, holy shit. But I took a mean knee one time, and like I didn't even know what happened. Like it's a kickboxing fight, and then I felt like I was doing good, you know what I mean? Then all of a sudden I felt the pop, and I woke up, my knuckles are on the ground, like I'm like, what the? And I'm like, like literally, like I can't fucking breathe, and I'm like, what the shit just happened? Like, yeah. So like, if you ever get hit with like a clean, just like out of nowhere body shot, it's like your body just collapses. Like it's, oh my Lord. Like I'd rather get hit with like, and I've taken head kicks, and I can honestly say it, like I'd rather take a head kick than take like another mean body shot like that again. But
bro, because your whole body shuts down, you can't throw, you can't do nothing. And then it fucks with you mentally too.
Yeah.
That's
like,
the worst part.
It just crunches up. It feels like no matter what you do, like once you get hit with it, like when you sit down, like in between rounds, if you got hit one, you're just like, you know what I mean? Like, bless you. You just kind of,
like 3 more.
Yeah, I know. Look, I thought you had some more cooking up in there. But yeah, I mean, I love it. But I love fighting. I love that part of it. The body shots, though, yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
They suck.
Yeah.
What got you into fighting?
I mean, I always naturally love fighting. Honestly, kind of WWE, which is why you see a whole bunch of my promotion style really is kind of WWE based.
Like
one day me and my brothers were huge fans of WWE, and one day I was looking for like an event on TV, and I came across Anderson Silva versus Rich Franklin. and I just seen him beating the shit out of him. And I was like, that's what I want to do. Like, I like fighting anyways. And so my stepdad at the moment, he's seen that, and he was like, all right, we're going to get you into wrestling. And so I started wrestling, but even in the back of my mind, like as I was wrestling, I always knew like I wanted to be a fighter. And so like I'm basically just doing, you know, exactly what I always wanted to do since I was a kid. And so I love it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and now like I'm at the point in life where it's like I can now completely focus on it, you know, whereas when I first started in my career, it was just hard. Like, you guys know how it is, like when life kind of kicks in and like other things, you know, I have a daughter as well, and so it's just like it's hard to get that consistent training that you need to compete at a certain level.
Yeah.
And so now I kind of feel like I'm at that point in life where I have that stability and that focus where I'm able just to be able to wake up and go train whenever the hell or whenever I want, however I want, wherever I want.
I mean, it's difficult to find that balance, especially between your personal life and professional.
Yes, like it's definitely, and you still got to work too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's not like we're just at that high level yet where we want to be at. So we still have to wake up, go to work and stuff, and that's what sucks too. You know, when you're banged up from training and shit. You know, you're going into work, you got cuts and stuff, and it's like people are like, you know, like what happened? I'm like, I just box, bro. Like, you know, I just tried to MMA, dude. Like, I'm sorry, like. Definitely. Like after I fought in Arlington, I was talking to him about it before y'all got here. This guy, this black cat, Emmanuel Calhoun, I think that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, Muay Thai juggernaut. Fucking never fight a black guy with dreads. Learn my lesson. Like, this, I fought him on 10 days notice, and that's the fight where like I could see like visually like holy, he was hitting me with like elbows and like knees and like we're going back and forth, and like afterwards like I couldn't even drive home. Like, I had my girl at the time drive me home, and every dip we hit, like my neck was like fucked up and stuff.
Dang.
And I remember looking in the mirror and I was like, shit, like this side of my lip was like swollen, like it hurt to drink anything. My eye was pretty much like swollen shut. I had a knot on the back of my fucking head. My shins were like the size of my thighs. Like, it looked like I got in a car.
Damn.
So like, yeah, like
shit from Tom and Jerry, bro.
yeah, like Tom and Jerry, like little birds and stuff. So like, you walk into a store and stuff, you can see people like they try not to stare, but they're like, you know, kind of looking at you. What the fuck happened to that guy? And I'm like, I
was looking at the videos from the Kevin Gates concert from last year. I forgot I went there with a fat ass black guy.
Bro,
Yeah.
And everybody was just looking at me, but I forgot about that shit.
Bro. I got that picture.
You
bro.
do?
I got that picture.
Yeah.
It's like as
Talking
fighters
shit.
too, you almost forget because it's like you guys like you think it's normal. Like being around fighters and stuff. Like if I see you with a black eye, like I just like oh he's fighting his spine. You know what I mean? Like and so it's so funny. Like it is like that's what I mean. Like we're kind of crazy because other people like you don't think it until you go out in normal society and people are looking at you and you're like oh yeah like maybe this isn't like normal.
Bro,
you know what I mean? Like, maybe this isn't what's supposed to be happening right now, but it still fucking does. So.
I never thought about that, bro.
Yeah, and so that's why it's like and that's why I love when people who really aren't fight fans like get into like the fight world because it's like I always tell people like, if you've never been to any fighting event, period, like just go to one. I always say MMA because like you always want to get one wild fight, dude. Like especially with the amateurs, like amateur fights are always like my favorite fights to watch because like you never know what you're gonna get. Like they're scrambling all over the place or just swinging. Like I watched these fights like last weekend, and then neither the guys were too experienced. They weren't, but it was like just an entertaining fight. Like you know what I mean? Like they're just swinging, just doing their best, and like rolling around and shit. Like that's what I mean. Like when you bring someone like who's not normally around the fight environment, you bring them into it, like it's cool almost to watch their faces like brighten up and like now they're like, dude, when's the next fight? Like when's the next one? Like just see them like fuck yeah, man, it's different. So I think anyone is gonna like fighting when they watch it. It's just so different than other sports. Sure. You don't gotta understand it. You gotta like basketball, you gotta understand like what's a foul, you know what I mean? In soccer, you gotta understand what's this penalty kick, you know what I mean? What does this mean? And fighting, like, just watch a fight. Like, you can pull up anybody and just have them watch a fight.
Everybody knows what fighting is.
Yeah, especially like boxing. Like, if you like put a boxing match on in front of people, like, it doesn't matter what language they speak or where they're from, they're just gonna fucking watch it. You know what I mean?
Especially if they're fucking throwing.
It's universal.
Yeah, like, and that's why I like it. Like, it's all entertainment. You know, it's just like it's almost like real WWE. I find it funny, like, and that's why I like being heel. I find it funny how some of these fighters don't want to do shit like this. They don't want to put their neck out on the line because it's almost like they don't have the confidence to do so. To step out and say, because most of them think it. Like, if you really ask them behind closed doors, what are you going to do to your opponent? They're going to be like, I'm going to fuck them up. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna come out on top. He's not gonna be able to do that. But it's like they don't have the confidence to come out and say it and be that bad guy. And I feel like if you implemented that in MMA, you'd see just a huge growth with the fighters. Like the last press conference I went to with Peak, I was just so surprised when people were asking, how's it feel being the bad guy coming to the hometown? And everyone's just like, oh, it's cool. I'm just here. I'm a fighter. I like fighting. And I'm just like, hell no. Like, no. Like, I'm here to take over something. I'm here to make a name for myself, make a statement. Like, we can be friendly after the fucking fight. We can dap up. Everyone, knows outside of the cage, outside of the boxing ring, who you really are, how you really are. And so I just feel like the entertainment, like, I think that's what it's missing. Like, for example, what's the highest selling MMA event ever? UFC event, I should say. What's the highest selling? Do y'all know? Highest selling UFC?
I think it's McGregor versus
Khabib. How the fuck was that fucking promo for that? Was that not fucking? It was over the fucking top. This nigga was throwing dollies.
And Khabib took it personal.
Yeah, it got too crazy, right? Almost like he took it too far. But that's the number one selling UFC event in the world. You know what I mean?
Even McGregor and Mayweather, they were talking shit, but behind the scenes, they were cool with each other.
You know what I mean? It just makes the money, and it's like, most of the time, it really doesn't get personal. You know what I mean? With this son right here, with Midget Mouse, it's not personal. I love this son. He's well behaved. You know what I mean? The good son. But this son right here, I can say it's a little bit personal. You know what I mean? As a former coach, I don't know if you guys know. Eric was my former coach or teammate. I used to train at Shredders. At first, I was with the Grind MMA with Austin Riggins, John King, and Juan as well. And those guys, they moved, they had lives and stuff. So Eric went ahead and started out Shredders out in Amarillo, Texas. And it's an amazing idea, which I still think it's an amazing gym, especially for the kiddos. So he pretty much took all the kids and all the students from the Grind over there. But man, the difference is, and I've been quiet about this for a long time. And, the people close to me, I think they know. But the differences were all like automatically noticeable. Like when you have like professional coaches, that aren't like emotional or get personal or throw jabs, like it's just different. And so you start noticing small things, like when I want to compete at a certain level and I feel like at this gym I'm not getting there, I feel like as fighters you have to have that leeway to go train elsewhere. Still, you know what I mean? You can still go train, but why not cross train? You know what I mean? Just to get better. Like, it's okay to sit back and realize these things and be like, hey, I'm not improving the way I want to improve, so I want to go elsewhere. And then once the small jabs start being thrown, you know what I mean? Like, I get my very first fight banner, and I have all my sponsorships on it and all the gyms that I train with, everyone's excited. And then the first thing he says is, well, how come these gyms' names are bigger than mine? How come this one's bigger than mine? I just don't get it. And then when everyone's hyping me up, hey man, look at all the sponsors you got. You're getting some money, you're eating, bro. Like, you're doing good. Well, he'd have more money if he listened to me. If he actually listened to me, he'd have more money and he'd do more and stuff like that. And then when you have promoters fucking over your contract and your fighters, you know what I mean? Think about this as a coach. Like, if a promoter's asking you, this is from a different organization, this is from like Fury. It's not even, Peak or anything like that. When a promoter's asking you something like go up 2 weight classes, and you as a coach, you're going to be like, what the fuck are you telling my fighter to do? Why would my fighter go up 2 weight classes to do something like that? He's taking their side, where other people aren't, or he's taking the side of these guys. And so I don't say anything at first, right? I just start slowly, moving away, but I start noticing that. Like, every time your fighters lose, you can't bash your fighters. You can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, at some point in time, you have to take accountability as a coach. Not just me, but like, I noticed that when all of his students, started losing, he was just always putting the blame on them. You know what I mean? Oh, it's because they didn't do jiu-jitsu enough. They didn't train enough. And then on the opposite hand, when you win, like, even when I trained for some fights and he wasn't even in my corner, like, I'd still give him the credit, you know what I mean? Give him the name. Like, I took some fights. When I fought the guy with dreads, I took that fight 10 days notice and I won the fight and I still gave him the credit. And he ran with it, of course, like, yeah, Shredders, da-da-da-da-da. But then it's like, when you lose, it's like, oh, that's on him. It wasn't because of us and stuff like that. And what made me mad is when I took that short notice fight, I went with one of his former coaches, John King, who trains at Next Gen down there. And I was like, dang, I might start training down there a little bit, after talking to him. And he's like, well, I just let you know, John King's not a real fighter. You know what I mean? Like, I take every fight. He doesn't take every single fight. He should. And even still, guys, I try to be cordial. I don't know if y'all remember when Peak first came to Amarillo. I make a lot of videos and stuff. I make a lot of highlight videos. I made videos for every single one of Shredder's fighters, every single one of them. You know what I mean? It's just showing love. Even after Baylor had beat their guy Jesus, I think that's what started it. When one of our guys from my new gym beat their guy, like started, you know what I mean, like a little tension and stuff like that. They stopped sharing shit of mine. They stopped liking. They stopped supporting, which is cool. I still showed them. I still love and support y'all. My videos that I share to them have more views than most of their own videos when they're preparing for that fight. But I was still sharing it, like I said, and giving those guys that love. So that's how I am when I come to these guys. I always try to show some kind of love, and it's just like it's not shown back. Like for an example, like I asked for one interview I had a podcast. The guys seen if I can bring my amateur belt, and I was like, hell yeah! Well, I let those guys have it, even though I didn't win my amateur belt at Shredders. I run it at the grind with my first coach. I still had it hanging up there to let those guys know, like, hey, look, I respect y'all. I honor y'all. Like, you know what I mean? It's just a respect thing. So I hit them up for the belt. I'm like, hey man, you know what I mean? Hope y'all are doing well. Seeing if I can receive the belt. Oh yeah, man, it's in a box somewhere. I put it in a box somewhere. If you ever fought, if you've ever stepped into a cage, if you ever stepped into a ring, if you ever competed for a championship, if you ever had to go through a training camp for it, the sleepless nights for it, the stress of it, no matter if it's an AMI belt, professional belt, no matter what it is, you know what it is. You know what I mean? It is like, it's honor. It's an honorable thing. So why would you put my belt in a box? Why would you take it off? And if you were going to do that, why not just give me my belt in the first place? Or why even tell me you put my belt in a box? Why not just say when I ask you for my belt, oh yeah, bro, I have it ready for you. But no, he felt the need to tell me I put it in a box. And that's what I mean. The small things like that continue. And then like there is a sparring event at a local gym yesterday, and a couple guys that hit me up. They're like, hey man, if you can come watch me, you know what I mean? You're going to be out there. And so I ended up taking off work and leaving early to go out there. You know what I mean? I came in, didn't say anything to anyone. I seen my friends and stuff. Didn't make a scene, paid my fee to get in, talked to everybody. Everyone came up to me talking to me and stuff. You know, oh, glad you're here. Are you going to go? A lot of fans went out to the back to talk to my homie Baylor. And then I was approached and told that Eric didn't want me there. He felt uncomfortable with me there. And since they were helping with the event and stuff like that, I was asked to leave. And that's what I mean, things like that. Like, and I get that I talk my crap, you know what I mean? But like, it's well-deserved, you know what I mean? In particular, me and one of his fighters had beef. But I felt like I said, it was very, very well-deserved once anyone, and I won't go into details, at least with that fighter, but he knows what he said, and they know what he said and what was being said. And so, yeah, I'm going to say something. And if you're not going to check your fighter, then yeah, I'm going to check him for you. But regardless, I came out with nothing but love, nothing but support. And even when he messaged me, because finally he messaged me about it, like they act, and that's why I set them here to watch it anyways. Like even when Mateo's like, yeah, like he does something, I respond, he responds back, you know, it's chess. I was like, you don't have a response and you're still watching me. That's shitty chess. like that's showing me that no matter what I do, you're still watching me. Like if you're responding, that's a response. But that's also me letting you know in a fight, yeah, you're not going to have a response. Whatever I'm going to do something, you're going to respond, we're going to respond back, and you're going to sit there and do nothing. You're right. And so, and at the end of the day, like I said, it is all love with those guys, but I think that's why. And also, let's just be real. What's the other biggest fight right now in Amarillo besides me and this fool? It's just going to be real, you know what I mean? With the build up and like the storyline and this everything, you know, and like the other gyms know, you know, he just dogs every other fucking gym around. So even the gyms are going to be, you know what I mean, invested in this. But I don't know if he'll fight me. We'll kind of see what happens. You know, I think he's been a bitch. I think he's really praying. I think that's why he's training with him so hard. He's just praying that like he beats me and just I lose momentum, I won't fight. And like that's what I mean. I think he's just a certified hater. And I call him CTE because he'll just make up lies sometime. Like my coach right now, Spencer Smith, he trains out of Lone Star, right? And he got his brown belt from Gethos Jiu-Jitsu. And Eric came out, I think it was in y'all's podcast, and he was like, yeah, like, you know, Spencer even got his brown belt from us. So, yeah, CTE. Like, no, he didn't. There's like little pictures of that not happening. Then he tells me, he's like, every training camp that you were with me and you trained, you won. And I'm like, no, I did it, my dog. like you were only in one training camp where I won a split decision. Every other, like all the highlights y'all see of me winning, that's another coach. Like that's Austin, that's someone else in my corner. Like it's not you. Like it's okay, like to not take credit for some things, my dog. You know, and I think that's my thing. Is like I'm not with the turkey talking at the bottom of your neck. You got something to say and say it. You always got to talk shit and behind closed doors and stuff. And that's the difference. Is I say my shit out loud. You know what I mean? And so like I said, I feel like this fight, you know what I mean? If he's not a bitch, he'll take it. But I don't know if he'll take the fight or not. You know, he always likes to sit there and complain. And that's why I think it's so funny about both of these guys. Like, they pull the weight card so quick. As soon as I call them out, they both just now fought at 145. And I think the reason why, like, Mateo doesn't want to do that, we just fought the same guy. Like, do y'all remember that fight when I got kicked in the nuts first 10 seconds in? Put the video up there. I'll send it to y'all. I'll send it to you. It's crazy. I cracked my cup like first 10 seconds in the fight. Yeah, like it was intense. I went to the hospital like worse, but I ended up losing a decision to that guy, and that guy finished him in the second round. And you know what I mean? Me with one nut, I still finished through. And so I think it got to him mentally, you know what I mean? But Mateo is a dog, so I'm excited for this fight. Like, I see his fights and his knockouts and stuff. And so I'm just like, fuck, that's going to be a good fight for me. Like, I see it, like, and I've been dreaming about it, like, just getting into that intense exchange. Because I'm like, I'm not backing down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he will either. I think that's good. You know, I think they both have that mentality where they're like, well, I'm going to stand in the middle on that stat. So I was like, we'll fucking see. You know what I mean? Because y'all aren't submitting me. Like I think that's the cool thing about this fight is like that used to be the way to beat me was submitting me. You know, at least the name it made. You know what I mean? Submitting me or get me to that point, catch me in a bad position. Except for Cody Steele, that bitch was fucking good. You know what I mean? That bitch was good, which also makes it funny. That's who he goes and trains with now. The first guy that he cornered me and I lost to, and he felt like he was qualified enough to coach me against, he's now getting coached by. He's now going over there. He doesn't even train in his own gym when he gets ready for his fights. He doesn't even, how the fuck are you mad at people for leaving your fucking gym to go elsewhere and get better when you leave your fucking gym to go elsewhere and get better, right? You're going to call yourself a quitter? Because that's what happened. We were in our DMs and stuff. He's like, you're just a quitter, bro. I never quit in fights. I never quit in training sessions. Nigga, you never win. Who the fuck cares? You're on a 6-fight losing streak, 5-fight. Who gives a fuck if you quit, you lose? Nigga, you're a punching bag. You're out there getting beat up and you're sitting here bragging about it. Like, and if I'm such a quitter and I'm this and I'm that, how come I'm the last champion out of your gym? I am the last, and they had several chances. They even lost against our guys for belts before. So I'm just like, if it's always someone else's fault. Even little cut boy Jarrett, they like to talk about, you know what I mean? Like, he fights for them, the guy that I went back and forth with, you know what I mean? Like, even when he got knocked out cold for Peak, like, Eric was like, oh yeah, he's mad at me because I told him, you know, you should have been training more. And then when he got submitted again by a guy who did Muay Thai, he's like, well, I told him it's his fault. He needs to be, you know, learning submissions more. When is it ever the coaching? When are we ever going to step back and be like, you know what, maybe we need some more outside help. Maybe I'm still fighting myself and I'm still learning about the game myself. And we just need to have some more. It's okay to do that. You know what I mean? Like, we've all need help before. Like this podcast. Look how many of you niggas are here helping the podcast. It's not just one of you guys. If it was one, imagine how fucking hard it'd be. You know what I mean? Just one. So it's okay to admit, like, you know what, we need help. But if you have an ego problem and you're like, this is mine. I want it to be mine and my way. And this is it. Then this wouldn't be what it is right now. Because I was backing to him, and I feel like this is the most, definitely locally, like not even questionable, like one of the most successful podcasts, like shows ever. Like, y'all cover fucking everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everything that happens in Amarillo that's exciting, like, y'all fucking cover it. Like, it's a complete takeover. And that's a prime example of what can happen when you come together.
We stick together.
And you stick together. And you're not hating. You're not throwing jabs out there. You're not being that person. So fuck it.
Yeah.
If you want to be that person, there's a cage, my nigga. We don't got to go back and forth. Yeah.
Not just that, but like, even when we do have problems, like it helps us grow as people.
Yes,
we talk about it. We like work it out.
Yeah.
It's not that we like sit here and talk shit and keep it like you said behind closed doors.
Like when we first started, that's the biggest deal we made about, like, if you have a problem, say it how it is, and if you get your butt hurt, that's on you.
Exactly, because that's the way to go about it. Because it's all love, right? Because at the end of the day, you care about him, you care about him, y'all all care about each other. At the end of the day, right? No matter what, when we all go home, I'm like, hey man, I hope old boy's doing well. You know what I mean? He's doing good in life. That's just how it is. But of course, you gotta express some things. But yeah, if it's all just hate, that's what I mean, bro. It was for years that I was dealing with it. You know what I mean? Where I was like, like imagine, like, you know what I mean? Like, you come back and you feel good, or you come back from another gym and you're doing something. Like, imagine if you went to like a class or something to like learn about podcasts, and you come back, just share your info. Like, oh man, I learned this and stuff.
Or YouTube.
Like, something like, hey man,
bro.
like I learned some cool shit, some new techniques. Like Like even like I watched y'all's podcast and now y'all throwing in like little like ads in between, like shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm like that's cool. I know it's not Pete. You know what I mean? I'm like that's badass. You know what I mean? Like shit like that, right? That's cool because y'all are open minded. If you're not open minded, and as soon as someone comes up to you with an idea and like hey this, and you're just like, oh, I fucking know everything. I fucking know. No, that's not gonna. You start talking shit. That's the other thing. Like if you see someone being successful, why talk shit on that success? It just makes you seem like a hater. Like if you see me getting better at jiu-jitsu, you see me get better at boxing. Oh, because it's not your version. It's not okay. And that's the thing, bro. Let's just be realistic, y'all. Okay, I'm not trying to shit on nobody, my nigga. Okay, and he's like, you never showed up to the gym, y'all. We would be dancing around cones for like an hour and a half because he subscribed to somebody on a YouTube account, and that's how he was learning striking. You know what I mean? Bro, if I throw a technique wrong, who's going to tell me? Like, if I'm just, if I'm fucking up here, who's going to tell me? Yeah. You can see it in fights. Like, and I'm not trying to be that guy, but like, I can just use myself as an example. I'm not going to talk about their fighters, to be fair. I'm just going to talk about myself. In certain fights, like I noticed like how I was reacting in certain exchanges. You know what I mean? Where I was like, damn, that's not how I should be reacting. You know what I mean? And like, that's when you need a real coach out there to kind of help. And so when you start going elsewhere and traveling elsewhere to get that help, you just have to have that, like I said, that just mutual understanding as friends. And so in my mind, that's why I decided, let's make the fight happen. I mean, it's a good fight to happen. It's a good fight, a good build up, you know what I mean? He's a good fighter, a veteran fighter, you know what I mean? Like definitely a legend in the local area. I can give him that. I could say I respect him as a fighter, but I feel like I finished. And all honesty, if we fight both these guys, I feel like I finished both of them in round one. If I'm being completely real with you guys, like I don't see them threatening me anywhere on the feet, on the ground. So that's my prediction. If you guys are looking up with Mateo, I will give him. I'll say round one. Eric, I'll give him like 1 or 2 rounds. Like I'm being serious because Mateo, he's just. I'll just be able to overwhelm him. I feel like I'll be too dominant, and then Eric won't be able to do anything against me. If I don't finish him in round one, like with a clean knockout, then it'll be a clean finish in second round. So either way, I'm excited. You know what I mean? I'm still training. My body feels good. Shout out to Lone Star Jiu-Jitsu, Legends Boxing. All my teammates, my friends and stuff. And Peak Fighting for giving me the opportunity to keep this going, and you guys as well, dude. I love stepping out with you guys. Like I said, when you hit me up, man, I was excited. I'm not gonna lie. Like I kept pushing it earlier. Like I told him I was like, all right, this day. Then I was like, oh, what about before? Let's do Sunday before I go to work. Because I mean, I love coming out here and talking to you guys.
Sure, bro.
Y'all some cool
appreciate it,
I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate that.
Hell yeah, man.
That's one thing too. Like, there's a lot of local talent here, fighting wise. So like, you see how. Like in the old days, the old school Mexican boxing, it became a thing because Mexicans were fighting Mexicans. Not like now where we want to stick together. Man, that's what made it a big thing. So I feel like local fighters fighting local fighters from Amarillo, it'll put Amarillo on the map even more.
It would, because I mean, think about the fight. Like in all honesty, with our fans from Oklahoma, because me and Eric both started off our careers in Oklahoma. And the fans from here, with my pool and his pool, like the fight would just be. It'd blow the roof off, you know what I mean? Even more than this one. I feel like this Mateo fight's big in on itself. But the fight with Eric, it would just be, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and call it. I think it'd be the greatest fight, MMA fight in Amarillo recent history. Like, I'm just going to be serious. Within the last few years, it'd be the biggest fight, at least for sure. Like, with the build up and the names and stuff like that.
You think it'll get packed?
It would sell out. Like I think there'd be people watching outside. I think there'd be people trying to stream it. Y'all think so, sons? He has CTE. He can't talk. He only fights midgets, and I'm a little taller, so he feels weird talking. Yeah, I mean, if you want to be real, all his close knockouts are against guys that are like under fucking 6 foot, like 5'8" and shit. So I'm like, I'm not 5'8", my dog. Like, of course, you can knee that guy like. You can fucking knee him standing up. Like that guy he fought was like he's off the size of the pillow. So I mean, I respect to everybody, but it's clean knockouts. Fuck, I like Mateo. I really do like the guy, man. Some clean knockouts. I think that's why I'm excited to fight this guy. So I mean, we're crazy. I seen those knockouts and I'm like, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I see the knee coming and shit, and I'm like, how would I respond? You know what I mean? Like, so it'll be a good fight. You know what I mean? Hopefully I see as many of you guys out there as possible, and then the build up to after that. And that's what I mean. It's just showing how much confidence I have in this fight. Like, that's why I'm able to call him out right after. Like, he's not fighting in August. He's not going to be fighting in the Lubbock card, I don't think. So, I mean, he has no excuses, not to fight me or anything like that. So after I beat his boy, I know he's going to be sad. Oh my, he's going to be depressed right now. They're probably doing fucking hoodoo dances around the fucking campfire, hoping I fucking lose this fight and lose all my momentum. But like, he's cooked either way. They're both, like I said, so if y'all see my Death Note memes and shit, they're in the Death Note. They're cooked, bro. That's a fucking wrap. They're fucking cooked. That's it.
October, you and Chicho.
Huh?
October, you and Chicho here in Amarillo.
October, me and Chicho, he's getting smoked. Me and CTE Mercado. Eric CTE Mercado.
That'd be crazy.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's going to be there. You got to be like set to build up, and I ain't playing no games. Like, I think that's a good thing. Like, with these fights, I like when fights are personal. I don't play no games with them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm with the shit. You know what I mean? Born and raised in Hamlet, Texas. God damn it. So I'm with all the shit. Everyone wants to be like on some fake gangster shit. Like, oh, I'm this and I'm that. Act like they're hard, like they're badasses. But when it comes down to it, I guess we'll see. So we're about to see these next few months are going to be fucking interesting for fucking sure. Like I said, after I kick this fool's ass, I'm going to smoke him, and then the build up and everything. Eric has nowhere to run. You know what I mean? If he wants to be a bitch and just avoid the fight, then cool. We know what's up though. You know what I mean? Everyone else knows what's up. Every other gym, every other fighter around the local area, every other fan knows what's up. You want to talk all that shit, and they both just now fought at 145. Both of these guys did. That's why I fight at 145. Zero excuses these guys have. None excuses these guys have. So if you want to run now and against that guy, go watch his interview against that 145er. Yeah, bro, I'm gonna stand in the middle. Eric, I'll stand in the middle, bro. I'll stand in the middle and fucking I'll bang it out. He got him a good TKO. He did, but I'm like, oh, we'll fucking see then. Let's fucking see. Let's see if we'll stand in the middle. Then watch how quiet he gets. Watch how fucking quiet he gets. And I was like, all right, I'll meet me in the middle. Let's stand and bang. You want to talk all that shit? You think I'm a quitter? Make me quit, bitch. Since I'm such a quitter, we'll see who quits first. October, let's see who quits first. That's that. If you think I'm a quitter to come make me quit, I guarantee you I'll make him quit. I think that's just going to make it funny. Like, I'm going to stop him. Like, I don't even think submitting him would be cool. Like, submitting would be cool because I'm like, oh, you're the quitter. But I honestly feel like a stoic KO. Like, I feel like I'm going to flatline him cold and then walk the fuck off.
You could be like Khabib and McGregor, be like, why he tap? Go sleep.
Yeah, exactly. I thought you're no quitter, brother, you know, quit. Come on,
go sleep.
I don't even want to tap him out, bro. Like, if I choke him, I want him to wake up so we can fight again. I'll wake him up. I'll shake his chest out. You know what I mean? Just to, his little in-cave chest. I don't know what's on his chest there. Like, I don't know, man. The guy's built a little strange. Looked like he just came out of being stranded in the wilderness for like a couple weeks. His chest is all caved in, so I'm just gonna kick him right in that little fucking, what do they call it? A cul-de-sac. That's what it looks like. A cul-de-sac at the end of like a dead end of a fucking street. He has a cul-de-sac chest.
That little U-turn.
Yeah. U-turn chest up, boy. So yeah, man. I mean, that's that. I can't wait. Mateo's first. I'm sorry, Mateo, bro. Like, I'm sorry, dog. Like, I gotta do this to you. Much love, but I gotta kill you. Sacrificial lamb type shit. And then I'm
I can't wait to see the fight. It'll be a great fight.
I'm gonna sacrifice him. Like, and if I feel bad, because I'm gonna have to get out of the way quick, just as I want to get back to Eric. You know what I mean? So, sorry.
When you win, or
Chicho, automatically call him out. As soon as I win, we calling him out. Like, he already knows it too. Like, fuck, he's probably gonna try. He's gonna be back there in the peak fucking stage in the back room and shit, unplugging shit. As soon as I fucking win, dude, he's gonna like cut the camera and shit like that, bro. Yeah. Like, as soon as I win, I already know what's up. So I'm already calling it. That's how confident I am in my fighting skills, my training, my coaches, my teams, my support, everything I have. Yeah. I feel like I've been pushing to the next level. So I have that confidence. I'm gonna smoke this fool first round, and then I'm gonna smoke Chicho Mercado in 2 rounds.
You have.
Yeah.
You have to have that confidence.
It's gonna
for
be
sure
a great
every time
fight,
going
bro.
in.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, man. I
Can't wait to see
hey,
both those fights.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll
So,
be there.
hopefully y'all tune in, you know what I mean? I can't
sure.
say hopefully. I know for a fact y'all fucking be there.
Most
So,
definitely.
yeah.
Most definitely.
But I appreciate y'all giving me the time for the interview, you
Hell
know
yeah,
what I mean?
bro.
I
Of
appreciate
course,
this shit.
Appreciate
This
you
is
for
awesome.
being here.
Hell yeah,
Hell
man.
yeah.
I appreciate y'all.
You want to say when the date of the fight is?
Oh, yeah,
Say it to that one right there.
Oh,
So
yeah, that
peak,
one,
oh, this one right here?
Yeah.
Peak fighting August 9th. Catch your boy Lubbock, Texas. Shit, about to catch. We'll start over because fuck that. Peak fighting August 9th. Catch your boy Lubbock, Texas. Finna be knocking Mateo Midget Mouse Gonzalez block off. Then right after that in October, we're following up with Peak again, knocking out Eric, CTE, Mercado as well. So I mean, y'all tune in. First round for this guy, 2 round for this guy. I'm sorry, you guys be there. I'm sorry, it's gonna be a short night. I ain't gonna see too much of the King Killer, but I'll be back in October. Shit. That's that.
Alright, that's how we end it right there.
That's good. Yeah. Stuff like that. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, perfect timing.